Where there is love, there is bound to be a good relationship. But that does not mean where there is a good relationship, there is bound to be love. Still, people can have good relationships without love. It is possible, and it is happening all over the places. Relationship is like a trading. You like this, I like that, you do what I do what you like. That is relationships. The better you can understand each other, the better you can fulfill each other's desires and expectations, better the relationship will go. Love is a different thing, relationship is a different thing, your social situation is a different thing, your entertainment is a different thing, your shopping is a different thing. All these things are there and fine, whatever the fuck that you want to do in life, you do. But do not misunderstand that with love. That you are ready to surrender yourself totally, you are ready to fall. That is why people say fall in love, because you can never rise in love. So many people have this question that what is the real meaning of love? And it's not just the question. So many people have their own ideas and opinions and understanding about what love is. People have their own understanding. Some people say that love is really good. Some people say love is really bad, depending upon what kind of experiences they have had into the love. But what really the love is still a very big question in so many people's life, simply because they have misunderstood love with all kinds of things. They have misunderstood love with the relationship, they have misunderstood love with the sexuality, they have misunderstood love with the affection and all kinds of things. So what exactly is the meaning of love is what we will discuss in this video. We'll take a practical example today. Let's say when you were in your teenage or when you were in your college or school at that time, maybe you had crush on somebody. So when you had crush on somebody, maybe you would have followed that girl or boy or whatever it was. So at one point of time, let's say she agreed that she also loves you and you became together. So at that point of time, you would have realized when love is in the beginning, when love is in the beginning of acceptance, you will see a certain kind of sweetness will overflow within yourself. You would have seen that when you are in the beginning of the relationships, when you are in the beginning of the love, what other person says, either it is logical or it is illogical, either it is harmful or it is harmless, either it is good or it is bad. Everything that other person says makes sense to you. Even if they speak the bullshit, it will make sense to you. Even if they speak night to the day and day to the night, you will bloody agree. So that is what the sense of love happens. When you are in certain kind of sweetness, when you are in certain kind of emotions in which it brings all kinds of acceptance about that person, that is when you are in love. Or in other words, we can say, when you are ready to surrender your logic, when you are ready to surrender your thoughts, when you are ready to surrender your ideas, and when you are ready to surrender yourself completely, that's when you are in love. But this surrender does not happen because you have to do it mindfully, or because you have to do it somebody is telling, or I am telling you. No, this surrender happens naturally within yourself. Because there is so much of sweetness within you, there is so much of love and compassion within you, there is so much of emotions within you, that you are ready to surrender yourself totally, you are ready to fall. That is why people say fall in love, because you can never rise in love. So when everything about you will fall, you are in love, not because you are doing it mindfully, because it's happening naturally from within yourself. That is love. Love is not that you're giving chocolates and you're giving this kind of gift or that kind of gift and taking your girlfriend around to the shopping malls and all those kind of things. No, I'm not saying they are bad. They are okay, because love is a different thing, relationship is a different thing, your social situation is a different thing, your entertainment is a different thing, your shopping is a different thing. All these things are there and fine, whatever the fuck that you want to do in life, you do. But do not misunderstand that with love. Love is not because certain situations, love is not because certain thoughts, love is not because certain logic. Love is simply when you are overflowing with your sweetness, when you are overflowing with your compassion. So now here is a catch. So many people will misunderstand that I'll have to surrender myself if I love somebody. No. This surrender will not have to be done. This surrender will happen. When you are in love, it will automatically happen. If it is not happening, you are not in love. Then you are just trying to misunderstand relationships with the love. Relationship is like a trading. You like this, I like that, you do what I like, I do what you like. That is relationships. The better you can understand each other, the better you can fulfill each other's desires and expectations, better the relationship will go. But that is a completely different aspect of the life. Love is not something that you do in another person's life. Love is something that happens within you. Love is something that overflows within you. So you would have observed in your life, when your relationship begins, when your love begins, at that time you kind of fall yourself, you kind of surrender your logics and emotions and everything. But as time passes, your love degrades, your love gradually evaporates. Simply because what happens that gradually your conflicts, your ideas, your thoughts, your prejudices start taking place again, and when they take place, love would not be able to stay there. So how to maintain love for longer life? That is a different aspect. The way love happens in the beginning, and if you want to maintain it all across your relationships, then it takes a different kind of, I would say, work upon yourself, not on that person. Because if you want to feel certain sweetness and certain compassionate towards somebody else, then it is very important that you settle yourself within yourself. You are so fulfilled, you are so happy, you are so exuberant and alive and joyful within yourself, irrespective of any situation outside, then only you can become loving. As long as you are deprived, as long as you are depressed, as long as you are unfulfilled, you would not be able to fucking love anybody. The only thing that you would seek in life is expectations, expectations, expectations. And when your expectations are not met, you bloody say love is not good, love is this, love is that, simply because to be loving, you have to be joyful within yourself. You have to be loving within yourself. You have to be complete within yourself. Then only you would be able to love. So to sustain that kind of relationships, initially what happens in the relationships, this sweetness happens because of something else or somebody else. But gradually over a period of time, you would not be able to sustain that logic or sustain that cause which is giving you that sweetness. So that's fine. Initially it is happening because of somebody else or something else. But later on, if it goes down, then you will have to work upon yourself every day, every day, every day. When you make yourself fulfilled, when you make yourself compassionate, when you make yourself joyful, being loving would be natural. You will not just be loving to your wife, you will not just be loving to your girlfriend, you will become bloody loving to your enemy. That is the kind of nature you can create within yourself. So that is what love really is. Love is not something that you generally see in the Bollywood movies and the people around you. Fine, that is a different kind of thing altogether. But you should not misunderstand those kind of things with love. Love is the highest, I would say, highest level of emotion which can happen into the human system. That is what the power of love is, and that is what the beauty of love is. So that's all I just wanted to share in this video. I wanted to make you understand and make you clear about what is the real meaning of love, and do not misunderstand it with relationships, do not misunderstand it with sexuality, do not misunderstand it with whatever the fucking things that you have been doing in the name of relationships and love. They are different things altogether. To sustain relationships, maybe you will have to do all kinds of things in your life, because relationship is like a trading, it is like a business. If I go to a customer, unless I bring value to that customer, he will not pay me the money. So relationship is that's what happens between husband and wife. Unless you do something that your wife likes, you would not be able to like by her. Same thing happens for your wife. If she does what you like, then gradually your relationships will improve. But that does not mean love will improve. Love is something which is totally different. Relationship is something which is totally different. But yes, there is an interconnection. Where there is love, there is bound to be a good relationship. But that does not mean where there is a good relationship, there is bound to be love. Still, people can have good relationships without love. It is possible, and it is happening all over the places. People are doing great things in their relationships, they are doing all kinds of things, they are meeting expectations, but still there is no sweetness within themselves towards each other, simply because somewhere they are unfulfilled within themselves. As long as you are unfulfilled within yourself, you will not be able to be loving. That is the real meaning of love, and that is the difference between relationship and love.